park, and a great 3-day event coming up this year. So I'm excited because one of your coasters truly has a heart and history. The roots are in history, and it's advancing a message of preservation in its own way that's special. And so this summer we are honored to recognize Flying Turns as an ACE roller coaster landmark.
My team and I have been working on behind the scenes for quite a while now. We reached out to the preservation team, the history team, to discuss some potential options because we wanted to, recognize the historical significance. Obviously, Phoenix has already seen a roller coaster landmark before, and so we felt like it was important for us because we'll have this huge event coming up, and it also gave us this great opportunity to recognize the park for their not only the preservation efforts that they have for their rides and their coasters and other attractions. But just generally the drive to want to be part of history overall as well. As many of you are aware, the history of the Flying Turns took a very long time to come about. There was a lot of trial and error, and it took about 7 years from kind of stake in the ground to the first riders, which happened to be on the weekend of Fall Fun Fest. And so, as a team, we felt like, what ride would be more deserving of this at the park than the Flying Turns, and just the drive for not only Brian and Rick, but also it's a passion project for Dick Knoebel. And so again, we wanted to make sure that that recognition was bestowed onto them. So again, congratulations to Brian and Rick and the rest of the team.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really wish my dad had been here for this. I know he's back in the. Sorry, he's not doing great. He's a little sick right now. He couldn't make it here, but I know that he's here in spirit, and he would absolutely love to have been here and enjoyed the day with you. And I think that award would make him feel even more special.
Well said. Yeah, I did talk to the nurse's station. He went and found himself with some pneumonia here a little while ago, and he beat that. He's that guy singer. Then he got himself a little chest infection, so he's fighting that. And of course, talked to him last night. I want to go the hell home. we know. So he wants to be here, but yeah, like Rick said, he'd just be touched. When he brought this to our attention that he wanted to do this, and he'd been talking to John Fetterman about doing this. Dad kind of, like Regis says, phoned a friend, and he called Mike Boodley and talked to Mike Boodley. I think we want to do this. We want to do this. And Mike said, I tried like hell to talk him out of this. Can't do it. Safety standards and things have changed, and et cetera, et cetera. And Dad was, persistent. That's probably the best word. Capital letters, bold and underlined, and everything else. Mike hung up the phone and said, "That son of a bitch is going to build the Flying Turns." And we did. Like Mike said, it was 7 years. A lot happened in those 7 years. 3 different designs of cars. Of course, we got hit with a flood or two, so I had to pull the crew off the turns to make that happen. But
and in the middle of that, we built the Black Diamond and and Cosmos Curves. So I think we have a record of actually simultaneously getting the longest construction of a coaster and the shortest construction.
You left that part out, Mike. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's my heart is full, and I know Dad's is to our entire family. So that's wonderful news. Thank you.
But nonetheless, we're hitting 100 years this year. So we're having a few costumes. A few costume characters will be wandering around the park. This is the outfits they're going to be wearing this year.
Huh. Well, speaking of costumes,
look who's here!
made the trip, right? You got, all of you love stories. I was out to visit Eric Snow and Matt Eckert at Holiday World. They had an IAPA meetup, and we're riding back in a vehicle from a baseball game. And we're talking about the different characters. I got my picture taken with Holly Cat. And Matt Eckert's like, that's not Holly Cat. He's like, it's Kitty Claus. And I said, well, you have Holly Dog. Why would you have Holly Cat? And Eric goes, okay, well, you have the Creeper. I'm like, it's not the... Speaking of creepers...
He's going to get creepers?
Yeah. It's Creeper, it's not the Creeper. It was the best conversation. I wish all of you were in that van that time. It was fantastic. So, well, Cosmo, thanks for joining us. You look great for 99 2/3. So Cosmo's gonna be here with us for a while, walking around. If you want to get any pictures off to the side, more than welcome to. He's not. Make sure he's all right. He's a very agile chipmunk.
All right. So, as I said before, costumes run apart, but also we have a new calendar that has been released. We have a lot more 9 p.m. closing. We're still trying to get even later, but we're working our way there.
We are. We continue to challenge the teams. There's 4 other parks that hit the 10 o'clock closing. Everybody in this room, everybody in the entire industry, our staff, everybody knows when's it most charming. Well, it's when those lights come on at night. So, we're inching back, we're pushing back. Of those 4 parks, they're not pulling from Ellisburg, New Media, Bear Gap, the little towns that surround the metropolis of Ellisburg. So we're trying. We're fighting and clawing. So it is our goal to be able to announce some 10 o'clock closings here at some point soon.
So there's our in-season schedule. We also have the entertainment schedule has now been released. And so our 4th of July, which is the date that Knoebels started, was the 4th of July, 1926. So we have the Mahoney Brothers playing, who's a super popular band in our area. And they played at our 75th, they'll be playing for 100th.
Some of our team are like, are you nuts? The Mahoney's pack people in. Why do you want to have them for the, so now the Paul Harvey, the rest of the story. Well, I still think we're nuts.
All right, here's a few dates for you to remember. So, opening weekend is always the last weekend of April. Our 100th anniversary, as I said, is the 4th of July, but we have events going on the Friday and Sunday after, the Friday before, excuse me, and the Sunday after. And ACE flies with 100 Knoebels, ACE flies with Knoebels 100, excuse me. So yeah, that was announced by Mike earlier, and the Phoenix Fall Fun Fest, of course. And we're all gonna see you there, right?
So that sign, high-speed thrill coaster. One year when rides fall under Department of Ag, and they come to every park, every year, and they do a walk around, make sure everything's, they're checking cotter pins and R clips and the whole shebang, right? Well, they couldn't find anything, which was a true testament to our team. But they have to leave proof that they were at your park. So, do you remember how we called, it was the Overland coaster? Remember that? Yeah. Well, we got wrote up, and we kept the paper because it also goes over water, and that was it's not just over land, it's also over water. So we held on a funny little, I don't remember who was even working for the state at the time that we got scolded, but little fun fact, a little hidden Mickey there.
All right.
Sorry, Cosmo.
We have a few projects. There's a couple other projects we had over different winners, but we have a neat little video here to show you.
Who's the guy bottom right? Anybody recognize the guy all the way on the right? Yeah, that is right. Yeah, you get free parking. That was Rick's joke.
There we go.
story about that sky slide down when we get it.
This whole presentation was put together by Ethan Knoebel, who is a 5th generation Knoebel. So if you did, by the way, does anybody recognize this character here?
Billy Penn.
Yeah, there you go. It's Billy Penn. He was one of our first costume characters.
Yeah, Cosmo was there first, right? Duh.
So Panther cars.
So yeah, if you walk the park today, you'll see, well, a lot of snow, but,
So we were watching that one video in Holiday World. Eric had that drone fly over the snow-covered park, and it looked fantastic. And Brian says, "We have to do that. You have a drone?" I said, "But my drone flew away."
True story. So yeah, we had to pull up the Panther car track. Just too many years of it sitting down in the dirt, and as the trees grow taller, the surface roots and making things unlevel, and just such a perfect connection that you need in that hot rail to make them operate. So cleaning the site, you got to start over and redecorate the cake, we'll call it.
Oh, by the way, back to Panther cars. The original location. This is the 3rd rebuild of the Panther cars. And the Panther cars were put in 1976, so kind of 50 years for them. Now, they were not in operation from 72 to 76, but before 72, they were at where the remote boats are now. In fact, that remote boat roof is the original station for the Panther cars.
I don't remember that. I remember Spin Art. You guys remember Spin Art? Yeah, that was that.
Next slide is Grand Carousel.
So you've all walked through the park on a busy day, and the line for the carousel is way over this way, and then it's just we got to get the people off of that midway. So, but how do you do that with just not much room to work? So our team come up with some creative ideas. Going to have the outside jumpers, which Dad. Outside to catch the rings, jumpers on the inside. He's I hate that line, but our insurance company sure likes it. And we're running and falling and tackling one another for an outside horse to be able to catch the brass ring. So insurance company kind of won on that one. Dad will somehow win in the end. I just haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, there's the Byron Curve. Now, we started Byron Curve a few years ago. We're still working on it, but we're getting progress every year. And we're getting a little progress actually every day. I mean, there's a little bit happening here and there. So we're going to stop the tethered system and go with the bus that goes all the way around, the hot rail. A lot of the original Byron Curves had that. So I think that everything's going to come together. Mike Boodley will help with our flying turns. He started, I think, with Arrow, and he was a part owner of GCI for a long time, but he's helping us with this.
Yeah, we flew him out Great America. I signed an NDA. They've been a great help to us to help, put Humpty Dumpty back together again. if you would. So, like Rick said, yeah, inching along little by little. So, we're not taking it out. We're going to beat the 7-year, flying turns that Mike continues to bring out.
So there's the Phoenix. You can go ahead with that.
Well, there's coaster maintenance. Who was it earlier? One of our speakers. Living, breathing. Is a wooden coaster. But try to say new wound motor rotor 3 times fast. As we're typing this up, the time we were just giggling and laughing, putting this presentation together, and Rick will give you free. If you can say it 3 times fast, Rick's going to give you free parking.
Absolutely. Right, by the way, this guy here is Frank Hoover. This is Dick Knoebel, and next to him is Frank Hoover. Frank Hoover was the original carpenter, the foreman carpenter, I guess, when there was the Rocket in San Antonio. And he lived about an hour away from us in Montoursville, PA. And then he was also the main foreman for Mr. Twister in Denver, Colorado, which Twister was modeled after.
Small world. He went to high school with Tom Rebbe. Tom didn't think that joke was very funny.
By the way, speaking of Tom Rebbe, that's him in the white shirt right there. So
much of the same. I think we just click through some of these.
Okay.
Mike will be pulling us off stage, of course.
So we have the scooters, of course. I heard a lot of oohs from that with that Art Deco look around the roof of the scooter building.
And little by little, you'll see things happening. We redid the motorboat roof a few years ago. We put the neon across it. We're going to do the same for our scooter building. We'll have little decor pieces, scattered throughout. So little by little, it's getting there. The snow wasn't helping. What was the wind chill today? That certainly didn't help for the guys back at the park working.
All right, the sky slide. We're still working on that. We had to pause work for much of the summer until we had as we took it apart, we had to rejigger our plans quite a bit. But we now have another plan. We're working on that.
So one of the engineering companies that we were talking to, and they said, well, can we reuse the existing steel? They said, I don't know about that. Might have to go with new steel. And they said, well, we're not going to design a structure until we know how much concrete's underground. Can you show us that? So here's Hershey Park that knows that it's 10 million pounds of concrete. Okay, we don't do that at Knoebels. It's either 1 concrete truck or 2 concrete trucks. The dead man at the Twister, Tom. That's probably 2 concrete trucks. Sky Slide is probably 1 concrete truck.
We just fill the hole until it's.
Yeah,
right.
True story.
Yeah.
And our guys, when we poured the slug for that, our guys were going down into the creek bed, pulling rocks up and throwing that in the pit to build it up, to get it up to ground level. So when we unearth this thing, I don't know what we're going to find. But it's 1 concrete truck.
Another coaster is the Flying Turns. Thank you again for the ACE landmark thing. But we're doing a little bit of work on it. Actually, this happens every year. We have to replace some of the track. But this time the entire helix, which is between Lift Hill 1 and 2, is being replaced. So, and then we take apart the chassis every year. By the way, so we move the front car every year is going to be the last car the following year. And so we constantly keep moving. So every car is identical, except for some bolt-on pieces here and there. But every car moves along. You can do this Power Surge. So you've all ridden the Power Surge. Well, I hope you all ridden the Power Surge. It's a very fun ride. But it opened this past October. Finally, we got it a year before. We got it in the spring of 2025. But it's all back and running together, running fine, and will be opening day for 2026. Oh, look what we got!
Talk about preservation, right?
Yeah. It's,
Yay!
it's a kitty turtle ride. It's not the adult turtle ride. I'm sorry. It's a kitty turtle ride.
There's a hidden Cosmo.
But yeah, this is the one from Conneaut Lake Park. So
We tried to get some pictures of it as an update, and it's not on property, and the shop that it's in, the person took about a 3, 4, 5 day vacation, and the only keys are in his pocket. So
it's for knots.
I wasn't going to reach in his pocket and get them. You'll have to wait for those pictures.
So there we go. We got a number of different awards, but we can't. There was some images missing. But nonetheless, if you can't see, is number 1, best wooden coaster for the Phoenix. Thank you very much, everyone. Can't see, it's number 4, best guest experience. Number 25 for the Twister, and number 34 for the flying turns. So, wow. And look at that. Best food is now a legend category. They've retired the award for best food. We've won it 22 out of 25 times, or 22 out of 26. 22 out of 26 times.
There's a guy in the room, Dollywood beat us one time. Tied us twice, I think. Right? So that's we posed all for that picture, just showing the whole
Yeah,
team.
isn't that a great photo, by the way? Yeah. You see Dick down there? Yeah, absolutely. Now our food managers. So we got a number of different awards. Number 1, the Alamo at Knoebels is the best theme park restaurant, which surprised a lot of us, actually, but nonetheless. Because I remember having a dinner at Mythos. Brian and I had dinner at Mythos with Dick, and that's why we decided to get toilet seats.
Rick remembered us. Do you guys remember when when Eastcoaster was in the old arena? Was that 400? We couldn't remember. Did one of you own that?
No, he's not here. He's not here.
Oh, he's not here. Okay. All right.
Well, there you go. So what do I have? Other awards here. Hollow Fun is best theme park Halloween event. Oh, look at this! Yum!
Huh? Ooh, yay. Yum. Yum. That better be better than the Cheeto.
Delicious.
That Cheeto popcorn was awful.
All of these. One second.
There.
So, we call it an annual stakeholders meeting, and we have it with our, we have about 160 full-time people, I believe, and my cousin Stacy was at the stakeholder meeting, had the microphone, was speaking about food, and the time that she worked in the Alamo.
That we've celebrated in the past. So you'll see those and historical markers and all kinds of neat little things here and there. So yeah, including our
look at that.
Billy Penn.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
And that's Billy Bear.
Well, those are your BFFs.
Yeah, Billy Bear started in 1980. Cosmo, it's all about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the Grim Reaper, the far right. Oh, and a few merchandise items. So look look at that. We have a little building block carousel horse. And if you thought the Phoenix coaster was hard, it was little blocks. But nonetheless, we have some fantastic little things here. Some of those items are actually already at the park, ready to go.
On the online store too.
And some are in the online store, that's right. Look at those nice little mugs. Fantastic. Beautiful. And then we have some shirts and hats.
Yay.
Some people are very excited. We have a new Lionel train coming. This is a Lionel train, and actually there's going to be some imprinting on the roof, which is very unusual for Lionel trains. So, that'll be revealed later. And we have
Cosmo,
Yay.
you see it? Look at it.
look, like
Mini-
on everybody's
mini me.
shoulder.
It's mini me.
I want it.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
real.
you have permission.
We have a new book coming out.
Yeah.
Imagine a lot of people over there going, finally. We have some new pins coming out. So you can write down your first visit in Colorado Brass Spring. So there might be a couple more. And we have the $100 books.
Yay.
So there'll be collectible covers. I just ordered them from National Ticket. So, all right, and look at that. We have 100th anniversary bench.
Oh my gosh. I want one.
Not delivering them.
And we have a great big bench.
Hey. You just talked about one of those last night.
The mini bench.
It's the same size as the other benches, just with a different logo.
The same size as the other mini benches.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that one. Yeah. Not the full-size benches in the park,
We have a great big giant bench.
right? You know, I was so happy we did this because you go up the Catskills and you Adirondack chairs, and families get their pictures taken on those chairs, and they're drowning, you know, in the chair. Go to Wildwood, the lifeguard chair, and everybody, and then the whole conversation turned into, well, what if somebody falls? Well, what if this? Well, what if that? Well, even what if everything to death? And you know, there by the Black Diamond, we have Engine 99. Oh my gosh, I think every person in this room fell off of that thing at a time, one time or another. Rick probably pushed me off. So I'm so happy that we're going to do this. You know, we're working on it and going to put some logos on it. So you'll see.
We have a few right anniversaries to celebrate this year. Look at the satellite, 70 years at Knoebels. First arrived from Kennywood, but there's parts from other parks in there. I think right now the carriages are from Bells and Tulsa. So it keeps on adding to it. Black Diamond, 15 years at Knoebels.
Woo!
That was a PTC ride. I think it's PTC's only steel coaster.
Is that right?
Is that right? Okay. Oh, where am I at? There we go. The Looper. So 20 years at Knoebels. You know, initially, we had purchased 2 of them with the idea that we could double decker it and one spin one way and one spin the other way. But that wasn't going to work.
I don't think I'd be able to watch it.
The Umbrella Ride, 50 years. So we opened a whole Kittyland section in 1976. So that was the first ride there, along with the S&G Carousel and the Panther cars. There's the Flyer.
I was a small child and I rode the ride with Dad, and he told me I think it was $5,000 is what we bought that ride for, and then we hung the cars the wrong way the night before the ride was going to open, and we turned it on. Everything was spinning backwards.
Oh my God, hitting the trees everywhere.
So the guys putting it together said, "Let us go home and have dinner. We'll be back. Put the ride. We're gonna, reverse the planes, reverse the tubs, and well, we'll get your ride open for you tomorrow. And we've run it backward ever since. You know, it's just what we do. Yeah. I remember saying to Dad, though, I said, $5,000. And he said, yeah, the very next year, Kennywood wanted the ride back again. I said, really? I said, what did you tell him? You could imagine.
Downdraft, 25 years at Knoebels.
Yay!
The teacups, 40 years.
Oh, the PTC.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. Because we're supposed to run through these quickly as our timing is run out. But some questions.